Hi dears, good morning all of you. Welcome back to our wonderful lecturing about how to crack CUET in English. First of all, in this introductory video or this class, I would like to tell you something important about poetry. As we know, to crack English CUET exam is a very easy and very good thing. First of all, we have to understand about poetry because you can't complete your study to crack CUET without preparing for English poetry. Because in English literature, we can say that there are lots of genre about essays, dramas, poetry, everything. Among these, poetry is a very significant and very important thing. I am sure, believe me, trust me that I can teach you English, poetry, and all thing about English literature and everything to crack CUT English very well. In this introductory video, I would like to teach you important basic things about poetry. First of all, what is poetry? As we know, the very important quotes of William Wordsworth. He says that poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings that is recollected in tranquility. It means poetry is a spontaneous overflow of our feelings, our emotions. If you pay attention to the English literature, you can see that there are lots of great poets who define the poetry as it is a spontaneous overflow of our feelings, our emotions, everything that we think, that we feel when we are expressing our emotions, it is poetry. Poetry is the very oldest form of any literature. It is very important than any other kinds of genre in literature. First of all, I would like to say you that there are lots of poetry in English. Before I am going to teach you different kinds of poetry, different kinds of poems, different kinds of themes in poetry, I would like to introduce you in this first class about what are the freedom of expressions used in poetry. We'll know that in poetry there are so many expressions, figure of speech, can say, because the poets are doing so many emotions, so many figures. They are using so many figures in poems. It is called figure of speech. Or also we can say that these are the expressions of poets. It is the figure of speech. So very figurative writings in poetry. First of all, this is what I want to say you that if you select me or if you follow me for the continuing preparation of for your CUT or any other your competitive exams in English, and also I want to say you that I am very capable, I am very experienced teacher in teaching you communicative English also. I'm also capable for other languages also like English, Arabic, Urdu, Hindi, everything. But I'm very mastered, very experienced in teaching you English. Either it is communicative English or it is literature in English. So I am saying you that if you selected me or if you follow me as a teacher, as a career, as a coach, as a trainer in your English career, believe me, I can make you very successful students in your exam. I can make you very successful person in your life. So I'm very glad, I'm very passionate you teacher to teach you everything in English. Believe me, trust me. First of all, I would like to introduce you what are the main figure of speeches used in English poetry. First of all, very silly, very simple, we can say simile. Simile is nothing but it is only a comparison of unlike things. Comparison, we are comparing one thing to another using the words like or as. For example, I am saying that he is a lion. Please listen that this example, he is like a lion. So we are now comparing that person to a lion, to a share, to a lion, because he's a very brave, he's a very courageous person. So it is called simile. We can say a lot of similes in poetry. Another thing, that come into our mind when we are speaking about similes? Metaphor. Yes, metaphor is comparison of unlikely things, but we are not using the words like or as. Like we are saying that he is lion. We are not comparing him with using like or as, but we are saying he is lion. We are just directly we are comparing one person to another. We can say love is red rose. So here we are comparing love to rose without using the words as or like. We are directly comparing. So we know that this simile, this metaphor are very important, very common in English poetry. Another thing I want to say is alliteration. Alliteration. Alliteration is repeating of consonant sounds in English poetry. We can say that green grass. Here you think that the first word of the first sound consonant sound is GG. This repeating grass, green grass. This alliteration. In this limited time of this video, I would like to share you another thing. It is personification. Personification is that we are giving a human character, or we are giving a human character to a non-human beings, or we are giving a animate features to a non-animate like animals or any other trees, plants. We are giving them the features of a human beings. Like for example, we are giving a human character to a cat. We can see that in a Tyler's poem, The Railway Cat. Here in that poem, the railway cat behaves like a person. So here we are personification. We are giving the human character to a non-human being like animals. Here we are giving the features of a person to a non-animal things. So we are now we are very clearly understood about the similes, also metaphor, alliteration, personification. Believe me, trust me, I am very eager. Here also I am interested to speak another thing also, but I think that you are very familiar with this. I know you are very clear about these similes, metaphor, alliteration and personification. There are lots of very interesting things we have to study about poetry. Believe me and follow me, I can teach you everything in English poetry. So see you guys. I am very eager to teach you again and again and again. Thank you. All the best.